What's up, everybody? Your boy, the First Lap, in the building. This is episode 27. We've got continental football action coming your way. 2 games in the group stages. Hopefully, it's 2 games that we can walk away with victories and put us in a good spot to qualify for the next round of the competition. A lot going on at Santos. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Hit like, hit subscribe. Tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. And you know what? Let's run that video. Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's another day in Brazil. And we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're in the next round of the cup competition, and we're playing our second game in the Copa Sudamericana. We can have a look at how we've done so far since the last time we were out. Of course, we beat RB 5-4 on aggregate in the end. David and Miguel Carecos came through. This was in the finals. We saw that. Good, solid result from us on that one. Since then, we took on Cubaya on the Copa do Brasil 13th round, I was going to say. We won that first game 6-1 for that one. David scoring 2, Anthony, Terecos, Jorge, and Lusandri all picking up goals. Anthony picked up a minor knock on that one and wasn't available for this game. It was close because we were 2-0 up and I was feeling very, very confident. Then they came back and made it 2-2, and I was feeling very, very nervous for the last bit of football. But eventually, we did manage to win it. So that was at least nice, and we go through to the 4th round. We don't know who we're playing in the 4th round, but it is going to be over 2 legs. Every round is over 2 legs for this competition. We then had our first Copa Sudamerica match, taking on Deportivo Cuenca of Ecuador, and then we beat them quite comfortably in the end, 4-1. We finished the game off after the 25th minute. It was already 3-0 by that. Just after halftime, they pulled one back, and then Mateo Martins, coming on as a sub, scored in the 88th minute. And our first game and only game thus far in the Serie A, we've beaten Tombense 4-1 in this one. David picking up another 2 goals, Terecos and Kings all with a goal. In this one, Tombense haven't had the best of starts to the season in the Serie A, sitting at the bottom. Also only played 1 game, though. A couple of teams have played 2. Some of them haven't even played at all, like Botafogo and RB. They haven't played at all. It's a weird schedule in Brazil. The other thing is we've had a couple of games, no free kick goals so far. So there's that, I guess. The nice thing to pull off is that David, after 1 game, is top goal scorer of the league, with Terecos getting their most average rating, and Terecos also being top of the assist charts, which I think is pretty cool. We've only played 1 game. There's a couple of teams above us that have played 2 games, and a couple of teams below us that have played 2 games. We're not showing any Serie A games today. It is going to be just pure Suda Copa Americana. We're trying to break this flamenco domination of past winners. Of course, last time we were close was in 2019. The last time we won the competition was all the way back in 2004. So we kind of want to get in there. We actually came 3rd in 2026 when International won. So that's nice. We want to come first. That is the goal today. That is, well, I mean, the goal for today. That is the goal for the Serie A. We have a team good enough to come in first place, in my opinion. According to the season preview, 16th is the best we can get. 6th, is the best we can get. Flamenco, Sao Paulo, Palmeiras, Internazionale, and Atletico Paranaense all registered above us. The team we beat, obviously right at the bottom, recently promoted 1,000-1. Don't have any players in the Dream 11, but David and Anthony are our 2 star players according to the key players list we have here. Like I said, today we're taking on San Lorenzo in the Copa Sudamericana Group C match. And then we're also going on to take on Aurora in the second match. We're going to skip the Bahia match. We'll just come back and give you the results on that one. For San Lorenzo, though, that is the first game. I am a little bit ahead of where we should be. I just wanted to come back and just give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of how the squad is doing at the moment. You can see we are recovering from a lot of injuries that we've had. And the problem is that we have got a lot of interest for a lot of our players from Saudi. And the problem is their transfer market is open, so they can make offers. And chances are the board will accept all the offers that have coming through, because we are currently negative 5 million. And I'm worried that if a big offer comes through, the board will accept it. We're well above our wage budget. We can adjust the transfer budget to give us more wage budget. So I'm not happy about that. The nice thing is we do get 100% transfer revenue. So if we do manage to sell one of our players, we have to wait, though, another 79 days before we can replace him. And I don't really have the depth. If one or two of our major players go out, we don't really have quality players sitting on the bench to really step up. One player that I do want to talk about a little bit is 20-year-old Brazilian Antonio over here. Fantastic little player, so much so that Liverpool, Man City are both interested in him, and I don't want that coming through to him. The plus side is they're going to have to bid a region of at least 20 million. I'm saying that's what I think the board will have to accept. They probably will accept 13, which I don't want. The nice thing is, though, he is quite injury prone. So maybe losing him might not be the end of the world, as he is quite injury prone. But it's always been minor injuries. I think, he's only had the hip injury, which I saw a couple of years ago. But since then, it's just been slight or minor or moderate injuries. But it does eat up a little bit in the playing time. The other issue that I do have in the squad at the moment is goalkeeping-wise. You can have a look at the schedule. We've only kept one or two clean sheets this season. Well, 3 if you include the first game over there. I'm excluding the Paulista stuff. I'm including the Paulista stuff. So 3 clean sheets, 4 clean sheets in that competition. That is not good. That is definitely not good. And I don't know if it is down to my defenders, who are all playing extremely well, or the goalkeeper, who is not playing great. I mean, 15 played, 17 conceded in all competitions isn't great. And Breno, who also came in for a bit, 11 played, 19 conceded, is not ideal either. So maybe when the transfer market opens, I think a goalkeeper is definitely the man of the action. In terms of foreign players, during match days, we are allowed to have 5 foreign players in the team. I think it's 5, or is it 6? Players who play 7 or more matches for one club. 7. It is 7 foreign players you're allowed to have in the match day squad per game. So in terms of foreign players, we have 1, 2. I think we only have 2. I think the rest are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Those are the 6 there. 7, 8. But I think like Tarekos here has Brazilian citizenship, so he doesn't count as a foreigner. Gonzalez is a foreigner, of course. And then Arroyo is foreigner. Just double checking these. Macias we don't play, so I'm not really counting him much. He's been injured for most of the season. Paraguayan Morel we don't play, so we're good on that one. Juf is just Czech Republican and Senegalese, which is cool. He is French Tunisian, which is fine. Jefferson is, I think, just Brazilian Venezuelan, so he doesn't count as a foreigner. And Kings is definitely a foreigner. So in terms of players that we're actually playing that are foreign, it's 1, 2, 3. We'll give him as 1 as 4, 5, and 6. So we do have space for one more foreigner. So maybe a foreign goalkeeper might be the play of the day. I'm going to play a little bit ahead now. Let's get to the San Lorenzo match in the Copa Sudamericana. They won their first game 5-1, defeating Aurora all the way from Bolivia over there. San Lorenzo, Argentinian, and doing quite well in Argentina over the years. A bit of a mid-table team in consistency-wise, but to this season, not too bad. Again, 10th. I suppose that's more than mid-table with the 28th team. But yeah, just above mid-table, top half of the table. And they're not that far off the top spots at the moment. But we'll come back for that game. Right, guys, we are back for the game. You can see a little bit of tired legs out there. I'm going to risk them a little bit for this game, because this one I feel is a little bit more important than the Baja game, which is in 3 days' time. So I might rest them for that game and then play them in the next Sudamericana. I have to stick with a team that is on form at the moment. João Paulo in goals. We've spoken about the goalkeeper situation. Danilo Boza on the right-hand side. Arroyo, Lusandri, and Juf. Juf, by the way, since coming in, has been absolutely brilliant for us on that left-hand side. Really, I mean, I miss my previous guy, Leo. But Juf has stepped up, and he's taken to that like a duck in water, so I'm happy about that. In the midfield, Kings and Jabali. Jabali, I feel like the wrong-footedness is a little bit of a problem for him, because he tends to go onto his right-hand side. We are training to work on his left foot, but I think at 25, I don't think it's going to happen. And the problem is, I can play him as a central midfielder instead of Kings, but Kings is just so much better. But saying that, he's getting a 7.22 rating, so I'm not too upset about the deep-lying playmaker. Anthony on the wing on the right-hand side, back from his injury. He is fit to play this game. Probably won't play the full 90 minutes. Terekos, absolutely firing form. 11 goals, 13 assists. I can't ask for much more than that. He has been absolutely brilliant. Keo Jorge as the winger on the left-hand side, 19 goals this season. He is our top goal scorer with 3 assists. Whoops, I don't know what that was. And then up front, David with his 15 goals and 2 assists. The top half, we've been actually very good. I mean, Anthony's got 12, 8 goals, 13, 11, 3, 19, 2, 15. We have been absolutely good. Even from the bench, the likes of Rodrigo Cesar with 8 and 2, Juan Macios 2 and 2, Saltado 5 and 3, Antonio 2 and 3. We are producing. Even Sandri with 4 and 8, who wants to leave the club, and he is going to go because he's decided he's not going to renew his contract in the season. We're trying to sell him. Nobody wants to sign him. Unfortunately, the Saudis are just waiting for his contract to expire, and then they'll get him for free. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing I can do about that, and it does eat me up a little bit inside. Anyway, let's go to our playing at home. I was going to say, let's go to Argentina. We're not going to Argentina. We're staying in Brazil for this one. We're staying in Sao Paulo, taking on the Argentinian team of San Lorenzo. And we have a, well, I want to say almost immediate kickoff highlight. Been a minute in. They're playing with a flat 4-4-2. David with the shot. And that is the first intent of our team. This is what we've been, basically. We're scoring 4 or 5 goals a game, but we're also conceding goals, which isn't great. Herrera will clear it as far as Anthony, though. He brings it back in for Kings. He brings it to Juf, who had a little sneaky little shot there. Didn't hit the target, but he was close, and we like to see that. We like to see close attacks like that. Barrios brings it back in. He brings it in. He takes the shot. And just like that, we're 1-0 down against the Argentines in San Lorenzo. Not ideal start in the Copa America second game. We were on the front foot in the first 4 minutes. They had one opportunity, and they've taken their stride. And João Paulo, I need to question, didn't even make an attempt for that one, and it's annoying. It's annoying when you have a decent goalkeeper. He's not a bad goalkeeper on paper. He's just not saving goals. And I suppose as a goalkeeper, you need to be able to save goals, and he's just not doing that at all. Danilo Jr. now brings it into Kings. Kings Kangawa with his 5th goal of the season, and an absolute beauty of that one. Al Jabali getting the assist for us. Nice little pullback here from Anthony to find Danilo Jr. Kings moved into a nice spot there. You can see him, turned it, took a deflection off the defender, and it found its way into the back of the net. Order is restored at the Villa Belmiro in Sao Paulo. Juf, I thought it was going for a long throw, decided to go short. Al Jabali brings it into the box, takes a shot. And this time, Videla gets the save. No deflection to help it into the back of the net this time. Herrera. We press the team quite a bit here. And we're trying to force a little bit of a mistake. Conqueras to Calteri. Gives it away. And David. You should have hit the target at least on that one. He shot it well wide. And the resulting goal kick is going to be another highlight. Coming forward. And it's hit the back of Arroyo. Cortez is through one-on-one with João Paulo. I mean, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, you always got to back the striker, especially when João Paulo is in goals. It's, I mean, from the goal kick, you can just see it hits the back of Arroyo on the shoulder, and it's launched Cortez through. That is just so annoying. Juve tried to get back to help out. There's a kickoff on. This game has just got everything in the first 15 minutes, doesn't it? Arroyo looking for options. Finds Danilo. Good ball through to Anthony. He's got Kings in ahead of him. He's got Danilo coming on the overlap. Kings doesn't need him. Kings will go on alone, try to bring it back to Anthony. They've got possession now. And Cortez, one of their goal scorers, is through. Enriquez Barreiro. And that's a goal. Referee says it might be offside. I didn't see the linesman raise his flag. I think that might be a goal, guys. I think that was in. He timed his run perfectly. Less than a minute. Less than a minute and they've scored 2 goals. That is just... I don't know what we were doing here. The defense just caught absolutely sleeping on that one. Lusandri. Is it tired legs, maybe? I don't know. I don't think you can call it tired legs. I think Lusandri just didn't mark his run properly. And, I mean, you're not going to rely on João Paulo to save anything. So, I suppose they get a shot on target, they're going to score. That's basically what it's been like managing Santos at the moment. Barreiro loses out to Danilo Jr. He's going to try and bring it back in now. Arroyo, this has been a very highlight-full game, hasn't it? Danilo Jr., unfortunately not very positive for us at the moment with the scoreline of being 3-1. But this is nice passing. This is good build-up. Keo Jorge gets somehow through, finding Anthony on the back post, brings it down for Kings. Defender had to get the block in there. Juve trying to bring it back into Rekos, back to Jabali. Kings trying to feed it in there. We're just trying to push the ball into the back of the net at this point. Oh, the San Lorenzo are throwing everything and anything at the back at the moment, just trying to hold on to that that lead that they have. They really are just pummeling. You can see on the heat map, look how back they are. They've barely had possession. We've had 66% of the possession, and somehow they've had 3 shots on target and 3 goals. That's been the feel of it. I'm going to go attacking. I know it's a bit early days, and it's still, one game in the Sudamericana Copa America. We need to be winning this. We need to be winning this. We've got to do it for someone. We're going to try and do it for the fans. There's a free kick close by. Kings has put one in the back of the net before. This time goes looping to the far post. Not good enough from the Zambian in terms of free kicks there. Of course, like I said, a victory here would be absolutely brilliant for us because it keeps us back into contention on the top 2 spots in the Copa Americana. And we do have the Bolivian team of Aurora next. I did say when we got this draw, San Lorenzo was going to be the most difficult team to break down. Cortez is through. Ruiz Barrios smashes it over the top. We need to do something. We're going to make some swaps here. Anthony is looking absolutely destroyed on that wing. He's coming off. Antonio come in there. David has looked absolutely pathetic on that side. Stiletto, though, coming in. I'm going to leave David on for a few more minutes. Maybe with some fresh legs on the wings, they can do something. Elsewhere, Kings has scored a goal, but he's looking super tired out there. We're going to bring on Igor Cesar to play there. And you know what? Defense has been absolutely shocking. Lusandri come off for Jair to play there. And we'll move Arroyo to the left. João Paulo is just absolutely terrible as a goalkeeper. It is maybe something we need to look at in the transfer market. Definitely need to look at. It was a little bit of an oversight from my side when building the squad and finding players. Should have maybe looked at the goalkeeper, Jair. Going to try and find a man to pass to. He finds Igor Cesar, who tried to just do a little dinky shot. Not going to be enough. I'm going to shout demand more from the team because we need to demand more from them. We need a goal. Stiletto with the terrible long throw. He gets them right every now and then, I guess. And that has now put us really much on the back foot. Coqueras going forward with this one. Rivas now for San Lorenzo. Hernandez and they're just passing. We're just chasing shadows. But Juve has picked up the ball nicely. Read that pass. Antonio, the wonder kid, trying to bring it in. It's deflected off David's head. They're going to claim it for... David's going to claim that. He's definitely going to claim that. I mean, I'm not sure what happened with the defense here. Igor Cesar was beautifully bringing Antonio into play. Antonio tried to cross it in. Coqueras tried to clear it. David stood tall and somehow landed up in the back of the net. I mean, you're not going to see a prettier goal than that, right? That was absolutely painstakingly bad. But we're going to make some more swaps now. We've got 10 minutes left. I'm going to take off Terekos. He's super tired out there. He has played very well. Jean Macios come on there. That is our 5th and final sub. We need to do something. We need to go for it. I don't want to go very attacking because that could leave us exposed and they could score a 4th goal. We've got to think about goal difference as well in the grand scheme of things. Macias comes through, trying to bring in Stoltado. Couldn't find the Brazilian Venezuelan, mother ad. Ruiz. Encias. Encias is trying to bring it in forward. He's finding options. Brings it in and, well, we've conceded a 4th now. Suppose there's no reason to not go very attacking now. We are 2 goals down. Encias was bringing this nicely through, and again, I mean, I can't really blame Pedro for that one. He didn't see it. I got to question the defense as well. Jair and Arayo, maybe not the best connected players. Juf and Danilo Boza are absolutely smashed out there. I mean, they've taken 4 shots on target and they've scored 4 goals. That is just sick, actually. Jair with the header goes over the top. Doesn't cause problems for the goalkeeper. We're going to lose this game 4-2. Not ideal to our Copa Americana hopes and dreams. But it is a good victory for them. Not a good chance for us. The Deportivo Coronas and Aurora haven't played. We should still be second. They've got quite a bad goal difference. That was also my 200th game in charge, or 300th game in charge of the save. I think it was somewhere there. It said it somewhere there. 200 games in charge. So that wasn't the best way to celebrate 200 games in charge of South American football. We're coming back for the Aurora game in a week's time. We do have the Bahia game in between. I'm going to rest up the players. We'll see you in a week. Right, guys, we're back for the Aurora game in the Copa Sudamericana. Our midweek game, or rather weekend game. This is the midweek game. We did beat Bahia 3-1. Again, conceding a goal in the 72nd minute. Igor Cesar, we played a fully rotated team. Igor Cesar picking up 2 goals from that one. Juan Macias also picking up a goal. We also got the draw for the Copa do Brasil 4th round. That will be played at the end of May, and it is against RB Bragantino. So I'm not going to show that game because we've seen so much of RB that I just don't want to show them in a video again, because we played them in the final of the Scuderia Cup. We have to play them again somewhere in the league, yeah, just after the second or after this Aurora game. So yeah, I'm not going to show that game. We'll come back. We'll be in the 5th round, or we will be knocked out. You'll find out together. For now, though, we're taking Aurora from Bolivia. That's where they are. It is a home game, a second home game for the video. I'm feeling good about this one. It is a match we should be winning. They're playing with a very defensive style, so it might be a little bit difficult to break them down. We've noticed in the past this 3 at the back does prove to be a little bit more challenging to break them down. We're hoping we can break them down. If we can't, I have a tactic that can break them down. Doesn't matter, though, because Lusadri has just picked up a goal in the first 4 minutes of the game with a beautiful... There's something on my microphone. It's just tickling me every time I talk. A beautiful little goal there from Lisandri. Picks it into the net. Velasquez left absolutely hapless from that corner. Of course, Aurora did lose their game against Deportivo, so that puts them well at the bottom of the table. We are currently ahead in 2nd place at the moment. Arayo going to Danilo Jr. Looking for options. Goes to the back post, finds Juan. Can't get to Juan. Beat Juan, rather, in the air. Carvajal on the right-hand side. Juf does ever so well. Caio Jorge been on a bit of a goal drought at the moment, but he brings it in for David, who's been on a bit of a goal drought himself, hasn't he? 3 games without a goal now for the young player. Of course, San Lorenzo only play Cunenca next day. We've only got to play Aurora. We go temporarily on top if we get a nice big goal difference. Kangawa looking to play to Kings looking to play to Juf. The two Africans linking up nicely. Lusadri goes to Juf again, looking for the back post. David on the back post hits the crossbar this time. Tereko still keeps it alive. Juf again to Anthony this time. And this time they clear their lines. Danilo will let it run for a throw-in. We're looking a little bit better. We're looking a little bit better. I did realize we won't go top of the table. Because I have noticed that Santos played yesterday and they drew with Deportivo on 7 points. But Anthony puts it in the back of the net. Referee calling it back for offsides. I don't think he was offsides. I think he was on. Yeah, a bit of a shocker, that one. I just realized now that they've played their 3 games and they drew 1-1. So there we go. We've got our second goal. Santos giving us San Lorenzo giving us a little bit of a hope in that they've drawn a match. And if they can cause another little upset, we could finish still top of the table. As it stands, though, it does look like us and San Lorenzo will be the 2 teams going through. Can I have a quick look at the tight offside? I mean, number 6, whoever that was, played him onside. He took 1 step too early. So yeah, they actually drew their game. Wow, that's an interesting one that they drew. Carvajal. What are they playing today? I didn't look at it properly on the latest scores. We'll have a quick look. I think they've already played. Suarez going forward, takes the cheeky shot. I'll keep it, just can't save direct shots. It's a thing. Yeah. I mean, look at this. Over the top. Lusandri was not quick enough to beat Suarez. Jean Paulo, I'm not sure what you were even doing, going so quickly to ground. It gave Suarez so much time to think, to just dink it. Yeah, they are playing. Actually, they played yesterday. Kings, though. To Arroyo. Looking for options. Danilo Jr. Arroyo back to Danilo. This time gets the crossover to Anthony. Kings is through. Kings Kangawa. He's 6th of the season. And that is a cool finish from Kings Kangawa. I'm expecting him to be called up to the Zambian squad pretty soon. He has been on absolutely fire form. Look at this. Hits it straight down. Velasquez was clearing his near post. King saw that early. Smashed it next to him into the back post. It goes. And yeah, we're looking good in this one. I'm not happy about conceding a goal, but we are looking good. And we're looking to score a 4th goal. Mateus Lusandri, who I have identified as probably the weak link of the defense. But I think a goalkeeper and maybe a new defender or 2 might be in order for the transfer market. At the moment, Lusandri making a statement that he should still be in the squad and not struggle to get in. And I mean, he's making a good point, isn't he? Like, I think in terms of defense, I think depth option would be a thing, because I think the 2 defenders that we have on the bench in Bosso and Jair are just not good enough as replacements for the squad. Danilo Jr., though, is good enough for the squad. Boza with the goal. And a brilliant 5-1 finish. Now we look like we're coasting. I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed. This is how we should have played against San Lorenzo as well. We are just outpassing them completely. And when we take our shots, we're taking them beautifully. We are absolutely smashing it in. Maybe questions on the defense, whether they're not great enough to defend, like maybe San Lorenzo are much better defensively. But I mean, we're doing well. We're doing well. 5-1 half-time. I can't ask for more. We're coming back for the second half. Second half is here. Juf with the long throw finds Kings. Kings gets dispossessed in the box. Arroyo brings it back to Danilo Jr., who's already scored one from distance. Hits the bar this time. Anthony was taking his chance. Kings saw the opportunity. And the keeper, Velasquez, managed to get a save in there. I think actually took a deflection of the defender. Kings going to the back post. Danilo Jr. with the header. And Velasquez will watch that go over the top. Not having a good time, the goalkeeper. Even though he's got a 7.1 rating, has conceded 5 goals. Interesting. And I think a lot of those goals, maybe his fault. Danilo Jr. goes short. Gets the ball back to him. Brings it to the back post. K. Jorge breaks that goal drought. That's goal number 20 for the season. That's a 6th goal for us in this game. Aurora battered and bruised after this, and we're just not letting go of that gas. We're putting full speed ahead in this game, and we do need to put full speed ahead in this game. We need to catch up on San Lorenzo's goal difference, which with that goal, we now go tie with them on a goal difference. And I feel like the first place might come down to a bit of a goal difference situation. João Paulo to Arroyo. Although with the draw from Santos against the Deportivo, I don't think so. Now, Torrecos. El Jabali goes for K. Jorge. Beautifully done. Jabali brings it across to Anthony. Nicely played from Anthony, and he's beaten his man already. Gets to the back post. K. Jorge heads it straight onto the crossbar. Let's make some swaps here, just to rest out some tired legs out there. We've got to rotate nicely. Rodrigo Cesar can come in there. It was Igor Cesar, by the way, that scored the 2 goals, and he is going to come on. Kings has played well. We're going to give Kings a little bit of a rest. Al Jabali also give him a rest. Thiago Maya can come on there. Ko Jorge looking a bit tired. We'll bring on Mateus Martin to have a little bit of a run on that left-hand side. And elsewhere, you know what, Juf? You've had your run. Nicely played. Kevinson, show us what you can do, mate. We'll keep one swap just in case anything happens. There's a free kick. We could have used Kings for this free kick, Henry. Torrecos, though, is going to stand up right on the edge of the box. Goes directly for goal. Hit the wall. And then hit the post. Almost sneaking into the near post there. And that is brilliant. We have just played well. Like, there is no doubt about it. We have played well. Mateus back to Lusandri. Thiago Maya. Igor Cesar goes for the long-range effort. Scored like that in the previous game against Baja. Very similar strike. Very similar goal. In fact, it won goal of the month in the Brazilian League, which was crazy. Or goal of the week, I think it was. No, it's goal of the month. Goal of the month. Thiago Maya. Not the pace as a player. Igor Cesar on good goal scoring from to Rodrigo Cesar, who absolutely wastes his chance there to make it 7-1. Velasquez goes, I wasn't say long, but it was a bit like mid-table shot there. Castro. Carvajal. Trying to play it in. Can't. Castro again. Romero. Trying to bring it forward. Salventra. Juan with the ball. Menacho. Juan. Romero. This is Molo. Or Moyo. I suppose with a double L. Menacho. Bolivia pushing forward. Arroyo clears it out nicely. Mateus now on the break. He's got Anthony in front of him. Anthony gets the ball. He's got players in the box. Brings it close. This time it falls to Miguel Torrecos. That has to count. That is not offside. Cesar, they're saying, went offside. It's not even going to matter. He didn't touch the ball. I don't think you can say he was included in the play there. Did he go over it? I mean, he got fouled in the box, so I feel like it would have been a penalty if Torrecos missed that anyway. Wasn't offside. It's 7. And now we've surpassed Lorenzo's goal difference. And there's time for more goals. I want to score as many as I can. Keverson, nicely done to Mateus. Jet of fresh legs in the box. Rodrigo Cesar scores. That's 8. It's 8-1. Brilliant. Brilliant. The fresh legs have come on. Keverson thought he might have lost it there. Mateus picked it up nicely. Brought it into the 3 subs, all linking nicely together. And it's 8-1. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. They have absolutely been completely dismantled. They did manage to score a goal, though, which is a bit sad that we haven't managed to keep yet another clean sheet. It is full time. It is 8-1. Absolutely destroyed. Torrecos, 3 assists and a goal. You can't ask much more for attacking midfielder than that. Brilliantly done. Yeah, and we can score goals, guys. At least we can do that. Can't defend them, apparently. It annoys me because every time we have games, they always show me the Copa Libertadores games. It annoys me. And the likes of Bahia and Palmeiras are in it, and it's just annoying. Those are teams that we've beaten. Torrecos on fine form. You know what? You can get praised, son. You can get praised. Oh, nice. The Brazilian boss was watching my players. Right, I like that. I like that. We're not going to entertain that. Right, in terms of when we're coming back, I do have the month of May. I suppose we can come back for that Copa Sudamericana match on the 23rd. I am eyeing the Flamenco game as well. You know what? I think I'm going to just play all the way to the Flamengo game and see what happens. I feel like we should qualify in this Copa America. I know it's very close from the Deportivo Cuenca, 2 points behind us. We still have to play them. We still have to play Aurora again. They still have to play San Lorenzo. I think we'll be fine. You know what? I'm going to play it by ear. If I notice by San Lorenzo that we might not qualify, I might come back for that game. It might be an important game. Otherwise, we're coming back for Flamengo. I think that is the play. Well, one game didn't go as planned. The other one went well beyond as planned. 7 goals in that game. That was just amazing to see us destroying Aurora like that, the Bolivian team. We've got more action coming up. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you hit notify so you get to stay up to date with everything that is happening on the Vazslap channel itself. Your boy, the Vazslap, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.